The oceans vanish in a single heartbeat. The horizon drops away into impossible canyons. Ships hang frozen on cliffs of damp sand. Wheels gasp on mountains that were never mapped. The sky above turns a strange, glittering white. What happens to a planet without its seas? The answer is stranger than any disaster film. Earth begins changing faster than anyone could predict. And the first hour rewrites everything we know. This is the story of a drowned world reversed. Picture standing on a Miami beach at noon. The water doesn't recede, it is simply gone. In its place lies a vast, glistening basin. Wet sand stretches toward a horizon miles below sea level. Strange shapes appear in the distance, shipwrecks, trenches, and mountains never touched by sunlight. The mid-Atlantic ridge rises like a continent-long spine. It is taller than the Alps in many places. Marianas Trench yawns open 7 miles deep. Sunlight reaches its floor for the very first time. But the air itself is already reacting. Removing oceans removes most of Earth's thermostat. 70% of the planet's surface is suddenly bare rock. Sunlight that warmed water now warms stone. The temperature begins climbing within minutes. Dark seafloor basalt absorbs heat far faster than blue water. Meanwhile, the atmosphere has lost its biggest partner. Oceans normally trade gases with the sky constantly. That exchange stops the instant the water disappears. Carbon dioxide has nowhere left to dissolve. Half the oxygen we breathe comes from ocean plankton. Those microscopic forests are now gone forever. The atmosphere doesn't suffocate us immediately, though. Existing oxygen lingers for thousands of years. But weather collapses almost at once. No evaporation means no clouds forming over former seas. Rain becomes rare across most of the planet. Continents that depended on ocean moisture begin drying. The Amazon, fed by Atlantic vapor, starts to wither. Within weeks, its leaves curl and brown. Hurricanes cannot exist without warm ocean water. Tropical storms vanish from Earth's weather forever. Yet new storms appear that we've never seen. Dust storms rise from the empty ocean floors. Salt remains where water once was. Trillions of tons coat the exposed basins. Winds lift this salt into the upper atmosphere. The sky takes on a pale, milky shimmer. Sunsets become impossibly bright and strange. Light scatters through crystals suspended high above. Down in the basins, pressures change drastically. Air rushes into the deepest trenches like waterfalls. At the bottom of the Marianas, air grows thick. Atmospheric pressure there becomes nearly double normal. A human standing inside would feel crushed and dizzy. Breathing would feel like sucking through honey. Meanwhile, the continents themselves begin to shift. Ocean water weighed down the seafloor enormously. That weight kept tectonic plates pressed in balance. Without it, the crust begins rebounding upward. Earthquakes ripple along every former coastline. The ground rises inches, then feet, then yards. Volcanoes wake along the Pacific Ring of Fire. Reduced pressure on magma chambers unleashes eruptions. Within a year, hundreds of new volcanoes erupt. The sky grows darker with volcanic ash. As ash mixes with the salt already aloft, Earth becomes a planet wrapped in shimmering haze. Temperatures swing wildly between scorching days and freezing nights. Without oceans, nothing buffers the extremes. A summer afternoon in Kansas might hit 160 degrees. The same night could drop below freezing. Life on land enters a desperate scramble. Animals migrate toward shrinking lakes and rivers. Those rivers, too, are doomed without ocean evaporation. Their sources in the mountains slowly run dry. Groundwater becomes the most precious resource imaginable. Cities that have aquifers survive longest. Humanity, clever as always, begins adapting fast. Engineers drill deeper than ever before for water. Greenhouses sprout across continents, sealing in precious moisture. Civilization retreats indoors into controlled bubbles. But the real transformation happens above our heads. Earth's albedo, its reflectiveness, has completely changed. Blue oceans absorbed most incoming sunlight before. Now, pale salt flats reflect it back to space. This cooling effect fights the warming from lost clouds. The two forces battle across decades. The result is a planet of extremes. Bright deserts under a pale, glittering sky. Would you want to witness this new Earth? Tell me in the comments below. Would you climb down into a dry ocean trench? I genuinely want to know. Now back to our impossible thought experiment, because the strangest chapter is still ahead. After a century, life finds astonishing new niches. The exposed seafloors become alien landscapes. Hydrothermal vents that once fed tube worms now smoke into open air. Their minerals build strange spires. Bacteria that thrived in the deep adapt to sunlight. Entirely new ecosystems begin evolving from scratch. Mountains of salt grow into crystal cities. Wind sculpts them into cathedrals and arches. The exposed continental shelves reveal lost human history. Sunken cities, ancient ports, prehistoric campsites appear. Archaeologists make discoveries that rewrite our origins. Stone tools from drowned Ice Age coastlines emerge. But Earth itself is becoming geologically restless. Without ocean weight, plate tectonics slows dramatically. Subduction zones depend on water lubricating the rock. Dry plates grind and lock against each other. Earthquakes grow rarer, but vastly more powerful. When plates finally slip, the shaking is colossal. Mountain building changes character entirely. The Himalayas stop growing as India's push weakens. The carbon cycle, normally regulated by oceans, breaks. Volcanic carbon dioxide builds in the atmosphere. Earth warms steadily despite the reflective salt. A greenhouse planet slowly takes shape. After 1,000 years, temperatures stabilize uncomfortably high. The equator becomes nearly uninhabitable for mammals. Humans cluster near the poles, where conditions are gentler. Antarctica, ice-free now, becomes prime real estate. The moon still pulls on Earth as before, but without oceans, there are no tides. Tides slowed Earth's spin over billions of years. Without them, our day length stops lengthening. The moon itself drifts away more slowly now. The dance between Earth and moon transforms. Migratory animals lose ancient navigation cues. Sea turtles, salmon, and whales exist only in memory. Their stories survive in museums and old documentaries. Children learn about oceans the way we learn about dinosaurs. Yet humanity does not vanish from this world. We are stubborn, inventive, and deeply adaptable. Underground cities flourish beneath former ocean basins. Geothermal energy powers entire civilizations there. Sky mining harvests salt and rare minerals from the haze. New economies grow in the strangest places. But every child looks up at the milky sky and wonders, what did blue look like when it filled the world? Old photographs of beaches become treasured artifacts. The word ocean carries the weight of myth. This thought experiment reveals something profound about our planet. Oceans are not scenery, they are the engine. They breathe, they cool, they feed, they shape everything. Remove them, and Earth becomes a different world entirely. 70% of our planet is the part we rarely see. And it does almost all the heavy lifting. Every breath you take involved the sea somehow. Every raindrop began as ocean vapor first. Even the mountains owe their shape to ancient seabeds. The chalk cliffs of Dover are compressed plankton. So the next time you stand at a shoreline, listen carefully. That sound is the sound of a living planet. If this scenario fascinated you, drop a comment below. Tell me which moment surprised you most of all. And if you want more Big What Ifs, subscribe and tap the bell. We have stranger worlds waiting for you. Because the universe is full of impossible questions, and the honest answers are always more astonishing than fiction. The oceans are not just water on a map. They are the quiet heartbeat of everything alive.